Between the Shelves, the premier Savo Library podcast. I am your host, Alex, and I'm joined this episode by my co-hosts, Morgan and Tim. Welcome.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Thanks
it's
for
3
coming
o'clock
out.
while we're recording, so, yeah.
The
Struggle
smart
bus.
one of us brought coffee, so...
Yep, I'm fighting that midday slump
Yeah.
on a Friday.
Perfect time to record a podcast.
Well,
Let's do this.
We're all busy people, so this is the only time we can do it.
Yes.
So welcome to the continuing saga of the Savo Library podcast. Morgan, you've been on here. You were on our premiere episode, our first episode. Thank you for coming back.
Of course.
So we like to start the episodes by talking a little bit about what we're into right now, just as a way to better know one another and for our listeners to better know their librarians. So does anyone want to kick it off? I don't mind starting.
I'll go.
Okay.
I've been thinking about the things that I've been interested in lately. Okay, I'm kind of across the board. So I am in a book club with local people, and the book that we were just reading was The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes, which I'm almost done with. Still not at the end, even though we did meet and talk about it, and it was completely spoiled, but I want to know the details, so... but I thought the book was fantastic. It's not new, but I do like her previous work. She wrote Me Before You, which is also a movie with Eddie Redmayne, I believe, and whoever played Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and then aside from what I'm reading, I have been playing competitive Switch sports with my husband. We've been
Nice.
battling people online with the volleyball, and it gets heated and intense.
2v2.
2v2.
So you can't blame the AI partner when they fail.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So this could make or break a marriage.
No, and you taunt people with like you can do like emoticons or whatever. So like if someone scores on you or like totally smashes the ball in your face, they do like crying emoji at you, and you're like, come on. Someone just did sleeping a lot, so I don't know what that means, but whatever.
They're bored.
Yeah, they're bored. Yeah, we're so bad that they're bored. But it really is like competitive and hard to play as someone that plays the actual sport. So, and I've also started playing the new Pokemon Arceus.
Yeah.
Which is RPG style and kind of has like the art style of a Zelda game, which is really fun.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild specifically, yes.
Yeah. It's too bad we don't have Christina here because
she's an expert on that.
She's an expert on Pokemon, and that I know she's completed that game and liked it. So maybe it's a good thing she's not here because we could go on another 20-minute tangent on Pokemon games.
Yeah, we don't need to go on a highly specific tangent again.
Yeah.
We say that 3 minutes into the podcast. Who knows what's going to come?
Sure.
That's also true. But so that's what I've been into lately.
Very cool. Well-rounded. Tim, do you want to go next, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I've been really kind of busy in life with a baby. Mm-hmm. I have a 9-month-old and a 7-year-old. So I don't get a lot of free time. So I squeeze in everything on a car ride or at 10 o'clock at night when I'm half asleep. So the things that I'm in, like, I love audiobooks for that reason. So, because I can't even read a physical book these days without falling asleep 2 pages into it. That said, I did start reading How to Raise an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi, and his How to Be Anti-Racist book is excellent. One of my favorite.
Yeah, I've read that.
One of my favorite reads from I think 2 years ago. So this one already is a really great read so far, and I am listening to book 3 of the. It's a cozy mystery. Shoot, I can't remember the name of the book, but it's
Thursday Murder Club.
the Thursday Murder. Yeah, it's the Thursday Murder Club, book 3. Something about a missed bullet. I just started it. Very good though. Book 1 was good too. I actually didn't read or listen to book 2.
Okay.
Because I just wasn't that interested in continuing it, and then I got a recommendation from Jen, our director, who is a voracious cozy mystery. She loves a Thursday Murder Club. So on that recommendation, I was like, can I actually listen to this without even having any knowledge of book 2? Totally fine. It's like book 2 didn't exist, basically. Characters are the same, great characters. Nice little mystery that it's setting up with a murder mystery, and it takes place in England, and they're all seniors in a like a senior facility, but they have a little meeting trying to solve unsolved murders, and it's fun. It's nice. It's pleasant.
Yeah, I've heard it
good.
recommended from a few people here at the library, but I was listening to a podcast on my lunch break today, and they were raving about the second book, the one you didn't read. So maybe if you enjoy the third, you can go back.
I might. Book one was, I liked it, and then that was it. I wasn't like compelled to keep with the series, but because Jen liked the first one or the second one and the first one, and she just finished the third one and said it was great, I was like, okay, I can get back into this little, murder universe. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And it's a good quick read, so I'm always on board for that.
Is a murder universe a murderverse?
Murderverse. Sure.
Food for thought.
We'll have Jen on for the murderverse episode.
She would actually love to talk about that.
Okay.
But then as far as I'm also doing some video gaming, which is very hard to do just on my own. So I've been playing, now that my daughter's 7, I can play some more video games with her. So one of the games, we're playing 2 games. Bug Snacks on PS5, which is pretty fun. Basically, it is actually very much like Pokemon.
I do very much love that game.
Yeah.
Bug Snacks. I've played it.
It's very
fantastic.
much a Pokemon type of game, and it's very funny, where you're collecting kind of different... you're on an island, and the bugs are like hybrid bug snack creatures. Like there's a bunger, which is like a burger bug, and he goes around and he goes bunger, bunger, bunger.
It sounds exactly like Pokemon.
Yeah, it's very silly. So that game is fun. And then we're also playing Minecraft Dungeons, which is basically a child's version of Diablo, which is classic game from my childhood. Only it's not as dark.
Yeah.
Although there's some dark stuff in Minecraft, but it's a lot of fun. So those are some games I'm actually able to play these days, which is nice.
Nice. I too have been playing video games, and like you, I have a 2-year-old, so most of my gaming starts at 10 o'clock at night, and I play far too late than I should. But I am in the throes of Elden Ring.
Ooh,
I am obsessed with this game. It is so good. I'm upset. I'm smitten. I don't know what to say. It's so good.
Well, it is many different critics' year best for 2022.
Yeah, I really dragged my feet on it. I think it came out in February of 2022.
February or March, yeah.
It came out early in the year, and I waited until now to play it. So, and it won all the Game of the Year awards, and now that I'm finally playing it, it is absolutely deserving of it. It's fantastic. I mean, I don't know what to say that hasn't already been said about it. It's just, the world design is fantastic, the gameplay is excellent. I think they've evolved the formula that they've started with the Souls games, which are sort of like this is sort of a spiritual successor to those games, and I think they've tweaked the formula. Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and yeah. So yeah, if you aren't familiar, just by the titles alone, you can probably gather this is a very dark game.
Hard,
Incredibly hard.
very difficult.
It's very difficult.
I think we've all played it at one point. You watched
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. You watched your husband play.
Oh no, I played.
Or you played too.
But I mostly I realized very quickly that I don't have the patience to attempt to kill big things, and then I got. Then I started running around with a horse all over the map, just causing mayhem in a light way. So I'd run into like factions of people trying to kill each other, and then I made a giant crab angry, and then he went and just started killing other people that weren't me, which was pretty cool. So I just watched that unfold and was like, wow, okay, cool.
So I also played when it came out, and I thought it was going to be my game to play, and it was my first real From Software, the developers, game, and as I said, they're all pretty similar in how they're constructed and how they're to be played, and they're meant to be some of the most difficult games you will ever play. And I love the design, love the world, and felt at one point that I'm like, I can't keep banging my head against this wall because you will die. That's the other thing, is that you are meant to die a lot in the game, and I just couldn't do it, and I wish I could because I don't have the time.
I totally understand that
do
criticism, and I even feel that way. Having played all of them, I still feel that way. I wish there was in the settings to a toggle, an easy mode. Yeah,
I would love to play that game on an easy mode.
Right, and the detractors of that idea, the big fans of this game will say, part of the journey is leveling your own skill up to defeat these monumental challenges. But on the other hand, come on, this game shouldn't be reserved for the most elite, I'm using air quotes right now, gamers out
elite
there.
Gamers, or just people that have not an infinite amount of time, but just the amount of time that you need, which is 100+ hours. And I can dedicate 100+ hours to a game over the course of several months if I actually have forward progress with that game.
Completely understand.
Zelda is a perfect example. The last Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, is a great example of that because it's not incredibly hard. It's just hard enough, and yet you spend so much time in that world because there's so much to explore, which is similar to Elden Ring, only on top of that, the multiplier of it being incredibly hard is the detractor for me.
I totally understand what you're saying, and that's why I drag my feet on playing this game too, because I have limited time, and I don't want to spend my only free time I have fighting the same thing over and over again because it's so difficult I can't get through it. I totally get it, and yeah, that's a valid reason not to play this game, and I don't think it's everyone's game of the year, and I'm still pretty early in it.
Yeah.
This is a huge game.
Massive.
I've heard it's a 150-hour game to complete.
Massive.
And I just passed 30 hours. So I'm still in the early stages. I could very well hit a point that I just get so frustrated I give up. I probably will hit that point.
But you'll have enjoyed...
I've already feel like I've gotten my money's worth from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a game.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I like the point that you make, that is a lot of the reason why so many people love the game so much is because you are it just sends the message of you can fail a million times, but once you have that success,
it feels great.
It feels great, and the reward of beating such a hard boss is just
adrenaline rush.
And then you just go forward. You're like, let's go.
One literary tie for the game too that people might know about is the fact that George R.R. Martin wrote a lot of the backstory for the universe that it takes place in, which is pretty cool, but also kind of obscure. It's not going to be in your face of any of the story of the game is not in your face. It's something for you to kind of explore on your own and find on your own, which is kind of interesting.
And the monster design is Miyazaki, right?
I don't know who the...
Oh, not sure.
I think it is.
Oh, you mean from Studio Ghibli?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Then who?
The monsters are next level weird.
I'll
say that. There's nothing else like
bizarre monsters.
I really thought they were him.
Yeah. So I guess I know what you're saying about the lack of progression in the game, kind of pulling you forward, and I get that because this game is unlike any other game where they drop you in the wilderness with no direction of where to go, and even when you find people that in other games would say oh, you have to go here, this is there's no direction. I'm 30 hours into the game and the story is inscrutable.
There's the slightest hint of where you should go next, but there's a high probability that when you go there you will die instantly.
Right.
There's a little marker of where you should go, but
which is
not much.
It really adds to the sense of adventure in the game, which no other game I can really think of, including Breath of the Wild, really has that sense of I really am lost right now, and everywhere I go.
Breath of the Wild is a good
I keep thinking about it
to this game because they're very similar in their open worldness and just kind of discovering things. Except that Elden Ring is so much more deadlier.
Right, and I will say Breath of the Wild I think still has the better world design because Breath of the Wild feels like a big sandbox that you can just go and get lost in, and you can climb mountains, and you can swim rivers, and you can everything just seems like a toy you can play with. Where in Elden Ring, though it looks beautiful and it's fun to explore and you don't know what's around the next corner, could it kill you or is it going to be the next treasure that can help you evolve?
Right.
It does have that. However, in Elden Ring, I do get the feeling that I am a hammer and everything is a nail. You know what I mean? Like, no matter where I go, I'm going to have to fight something and kill it. Like where in Zelda it's like I could
more puzzle based.
Yeah, there's more puzzles.
Yeah.
It's
Which
more
is
variety.
classic Zelda.
Right.
And you're affected by the climate. Like if you're climbing a mountain, like
Right.
it's
I
gonna
did
get cold.
enjoy it. Yeah, I love that.
You go in the volcano.
Yeah.
You need to like concoct like potions
Yeah.
that make you heat resistant. And Miyazaki is one of the
Really?
character designers. Yes.
Oh, that's
Wow.
crazy.
Because I was like, they look so creepy, and not that like Studio Ghibli like films have creepy monsters, but the monsters are always, or like the strange characters are always
Very
a little edgy,
And
Yeah.
unique, super
very unique. Yeah. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
fact.
Cool factoid.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep playing this game, and I'm sure I'll be talking about it in future episodes too.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I had. Part of the reason I wanted to bring it up is I knew both of you had played it, so
Yeah.
and I haven't talked to really anyone else who's played it, so I wanted to get what other people's thoughts were on it. The other thing I've talked a lot already, but the other thing I'm reading right now, or actually just finished today, is You'll Never Believe What Happened to Lacey, which Melissa recommended to me from our teen department. She spoke about it in the last episode. She recommended it, and I read it, and I finished it in 2 days. It's so
Wow.
good. I definitely recommend it. It's by
Add that to my Goodreads.
Yeah.
it's a short book.
I like those.
It's by Amber Ruffin, who's a writer on Seth Meyers, and I think she has her own show on Hulu now. It's great, and I'm going to read the sequel, which is called The World Record Book of Racist Stories, which is kind of like a sequel to this one. But if you want to know more about this book, listen to the previous episode.
Nice.
Melissa covers it in much more detail.
Great.
But it's really, really great. Very funny, tragic. It's a great book. And I've watched 2 fantastic movies since the last episode. The Fabelmans, Spielberg's movie, which is getting a lot of
I
buzz
wasn't
right
sure
now.
about how that would turn out, just because it's very much a movie about Spielberg.
It's very much an Oscar bait movie.
Yeah.
It's very, story wise, it's nothing new. It's very
Sure.
generic, but it's
It's a Steven
directed.
Spielberg
It's Steven
movie.
Spielberg making a movie about his own
Yeah.
life, so he's putting all the effort he possibly can into it, and it shows. It's a beautiful movie. It's like, it's a mastercraft. It's what it's great.
Looking forward to seeing it.
It's great. I recommend it to everyone. But that would be my favorite movie of the year had I not seen Tar. Have you heard of Tar?
Heard
No.
of it, yes.
It's I'm blanking on her name. Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
She's a conductor, and I don't want to say any more than that because you should go into it blind. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Best movie of the year I've seen so far.
Is it spoilery to say what it had, like the subject that it has to deal with?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
I
won't
don't
even
want to
say.
go into it at all. I watched the trailer and I went into it expecting it to be one thing, and it was not.
Wow.
So, yeah, if you like biopics with like a twisty,
But it's not based on anyone actual.
No,
Right.
I thought it was going into it. I thought it was a biopic, but it is not. It is more like The Black Swan.
Okay.
Sure.
It's more that.
Okay.
So if you like The Black Swan, you have to see this movie.
Okay.
Ooh,
It's
I'll probably really like it then.
Kate Blanchett should win the Oscar.
Did it come out on DVD, Blu-ray yet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it
Yep,
did?
I checked
Okay.
it out from Save the Library.
Hey.
Shameless plug.
Okay, that's what I'm into right now.
Okay.
So Morgan and I have already talked about our favorite books of 2022. I have nothing more to say. Do you have any more that you want to mention?
I think it stands to mention I actually had run some stats right at the very end of the 2022. And
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, thanks Tim for showing me how to do it, because I was going to go about it in a very not great way, a very complicated way, and the way Tim showed me was very simple, so it was very nice. I posted about it on our social media, so if you want to see the other categories for children's and teen, you can check us out on Instagram at Save the Library. If you want to follow us and like all our posts, that'd be kind of cool. So for adult books, the top 6 that were checked out in 2022 was number 1, The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I listened to that one at the beginning of 2022, and I did really enjoy that book. It wasn't like my ultra favorite, but it is a good read. I'm very picky about what I give 5 stars on Goodreads.
Yes.
This was a 4-star. Number 2 was Verity by Colleen Hoover. If you're a Hoover fan, you already know, so I don't need to say anything else about that. Number 3, Old Reliable at this point, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. The movie just came out, which I heard was fantastic and worth a watch. Number 4, The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Number 5, It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And number 6, another Lucy Foley, The Paris Apartment.
And these were the most checked out?
Most checked
for
out in
2022.
2022. Yeah, it was pretty... I was kind of surprised. I was surprised there wasn't more Colleen Hoover on it. But I was surprised by The Guest List and The Paris Apartment, honestly.
I feel like the Colleen Hoover kind of explosion happened about halfway through the year. Am I wrong to think that?
No, I think you're right.
Or at least when it reached, our patrons.
Yeah, it was... So it exploded almost like 50 Shades did. Mm-hmm. Where it's just so jarring, I feel like, reading some of her work that you just can't stop. And and it totally, like, breaks the mold of... and breaks any kind of expectations of what you think would make a successful novel. I feel like it's almost a very similar situation. But obviously, like, Colleen Hoover, like, has multiple books, and and I know it blew up on Book Talk on TikTok too, and that kind of really geared it. And there's a lot of books seeing a resurgence, like 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I thought would be on this list because I just recently read it and thought it was a really great read. But
very popular, though.
Yeah, but that book was published in, I think, 2016.
Oh my God,
or
really?
2017. Wow. Yeah, and
That's
it had a
surprising
resurgence.
with the amount of people that are checking it out.
Yeah, so it's really interesting to see how many books that aren't new are seeing like a huge resurgence in popularity or just like rising up and seeming like a newly published book, but they've been out for years at this point.
And do you think that's because of Book Talk or social media? Like they're just
I think
having a resurgence?
I think so. And I think it's just crazy to see the influence that TikTok has, even in our space.
Yeah. I can't imagine, I talked about this in the last episode, so I don't really want to go into it again, but I can't imagine the people who are using TikTok are also the people coming in to check out the books, it's transcended that. Like, that might be where it started, but it's funny how it's moved from TikTok to the parents, I'm guessing, of people who are on TikTok to now the grandparents of people who are on TikTok. It's just grown exponentially.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And New York Times wrote a very interesting article about Colleen Hoover and that whole and how her books have like blown in popularity over the past 6 months. So.
All right. Well, we've covered the most popular books of 2022, but what are Tim's favorite books of 2022?
Okay, so I frantically went through my Goodreads list before I came over here, just to run through because I have a terrible memory. But I did have a few reads that every year I have one book that is way above any other book that I've read for that year. This year I had 2 books that were neck and neck for my favorite reads. But definitely number 1 was American Gods, Neil Gaiman. So I'm not a person that reads anything really that current. I have a long list of things I want to read, and it usually spans lots of years back. But American Gods, I think that came out in
a while
ago.
Yeah.
It's like 15 years maybe.
Probably more.
If not more. Yeah, it might actually be 20 years because I think it came out around 9/11. So a long time ago.
Yep, 2001.
Yeah. And I listened to the audiobook version read by Neil Gaiman did some sections, and there was a few different voices for each character, which sometimes can be jarring, but then you get used to it, and it really sucks you into the world. And the audiobook is fantastic because Neil Gaiman does an introduction, a very lengthy introduction, like it's a half an hour long maybe, talking about the history of all the revisions of the book, and this particular version was edited, not an edited, expanded version from the originally published one. Either way, though, American Gods, I absolutely it was one of my favorite books of the last few years, I would say.
I can agree with that. That is a fantastic
Such a
read.
good book.
I actually read it for one of my college courses, and that was one of my favorite books that we read. I also love Neil Gaiman in general, but
I
just to
don't read
piggyback.
enough Neil Gaiman, and I feel like I definitely want to
My
read
favorite
more.
parts of American Gods were all the chapters like in between the main plot where they had like the origins of how the gods got to America.
Yes.
That was
yeah.
cool.
Great.
That was awesome.
Awesome
Yeah.
sections, yeah. So, and it makes me, I think I might try to revisit the TV show that came out, if I can find
Yeah.
it, if it's still streaming.
It's such a strong concept for a book or a show. I wish the show delivered better.
I've heard that
I wasn't a fan of the show. I
Me
abandoned
neither.
it.
I tried, and
And I'm not sure they ever finished the story anyways before it got canceled. So we'll see if I even have the time in my life to do that. The other book, this actually did come out, I think it came out this year, or 2022, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin.
That was on my list.
Such a great read. I recommended it to Morgan here because it's a book very much. The writer is Gabrielle Zevin. She's 45, and I'm 41, and what she is writing about is very much, you can tell, autobiographical in a lot of ways, because she talks about, it's very much video game based, which obviously we love video games at this table. So there's a lot of references to classic video games, games from the 90s, games from the early 2000s. The book is about two video game developers and their on-again, off-again friendship throughout the decades. Great book. Highly recommend. There's one skippable part in the middle, which I literally did skip through it because it was boring. But aside from that, it was actually a 5-star book for me. Really like a 4.5-star book, but it was right up there.
Yeah, that was in my top 3.
I actually am thinking about purchasing the book or going on the holds list for Libby because wait, I have to explain myself as a library podcast talking about purchasing a book. So funny you talk about that book because this morning I saw an email on one of the forums, and someone had wrote that out of all the copies in the county, more than half of them are 2 to 3 months overdue, and people are checking this book out and just straight up not returning it right away. So they were talking about, that kind of being a problem with getting the book into more people's hands.
There was an extremely long, I think I waited at least a month for it on, not Hoopla, although it could
Libby?
be on Libby.
Yeah.
So there is a long, it's very, very popular right now.
And I kind of don't want to wait, so...
What better recommendation, listeners? It's the most stolen book in libraries. Like, go and read it.
Most overdue. Most stolen. Low-key stolen. And just to hop off of that author, I read a YA book by her a while ago called Elsewhere, and it's about a character who... It's just another look on the afterlife, and... when you die, you start to age. From the point that you die, the age that you die at, you start to age backwards.
Oh, weird.
Until you're born again. So that's kind of what happens in the story, but it's fantastic. So I highly recommend that as well.
I just want to shout out one other book that I forgot about. That's definitely an honorable mention and was a 5-star book for me, which is Nickel Boys.
Yeah, that's been on my to-read list for a while.
That was one. I read that earlier in 2022, and it blew me away. It was so heartbreaking, funny, fantastic, excellent read.
Is that by Colson Whitehead?
Colson Whitehead, who I love his stuff, and that Nickel Boys, great book.
Yeah,
all right, just bumped up further up my to-read list.
It was great.
Yeah, I read The Underground by him, and it was fantastic.
I'm going to read that at some point too.
Underground Railroad.
The Underground Railroad.
Yeah, I forgot the rest of the title. Yes, The Underground Railroad.
An important detail. All right, great. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about this episode's topic, books or shows or movies or anything that was recommended to you that you didn't care for. So, I invited Tim on this episode specifically for this topic. So the topic again is a book, movie, show, something that was recommended to you that you just couldn't enjoy. So I'm going to go first if that's okay with you.
Sure.
So Tim, I have a confession.
Mm.
You recommended the game Outer Wilds to me.
Oh no.
I could not finish it.
Oh, that makes me sad.
It is a game that you're absolutely right to recommend it to me. On paper, this game is made for me. Like, if I could make a game, that would be the game I would make.
Very much an indie style game.
Yes, it's set in a sci-fi setting in a small solar system where you explore this solar system to try to figure out basically why the universe is ending. Is what I gathered. It blows up after about 22 minutes.
22 minutes.
So every 22 minutes in the game, the sun explodes and the universe gets reset, and you wake up 22 minutes ago, basically, and it resets. So every time the game resets, you have to kind of dig a little bit further to find out what's going on. It's a mystery game. On paper, I love this game. It is so well designed. The puzzles are ingenious. But it just didn't grab me. It kind of felt the same way you felt about Elden Ring, where I didn't feel like I was making progress, and I just was like, what am I doing? I'm not enjoying this. So
down.
Yeah, it made me feel dumb, and like I don't, you know what I mean?
I would definitely confess to using some strategy guides towards the end, because it's hard. It's a hard game in a different way than Elden Ring. It's very much I guess it's a puzzle type of game, but that doesn't really do it justice either. But it's a hard game.
Is it like, do you feel under pressure? Like,
yes.
Like you have to pick between like the red and the blue wire. Like, which one is it? Like, is it like that?
At times,
because of the time constraint?
It's not so much that. It's more. It's been a little. Been so engrossed in Elden Ring that it's kind of pushed this game a little bit out of my head. But it was more like, I would go and figure out some puzzles on a planet, and I'd get as far as I could go on this one planet, and then I'd start over, and I'd be like, okay, let me try this planet. But I did this for every single planet. I solved as many puzzles as I possibly could, but nothing was connecting. Like, I never was able to connect what's going on in this planet to this planet. So it's not like I was stuck, like I couldn't figure something out. I was like, I couldn't understand, like, the narrative. Like, I just didn't know what was going on. And I feel like that's the point of the game, and I'm like...
Right.
I played this game. I think I played about 7 hours, which is a good amount of time to put into a game that you don't enjoy playing. And I'm like, I went on a short trip over the weekend, or a couple of weekends ago, and I came back and I'm like, I don't remember anything that was happening. I don't even enjoy the physically playing the game. You have to fly this little spaceship around,
which
to
is
get
hard
from planet to planet.
The spaceship flying is its own.
It's like flying a real spaceship, like what you would.
So unwieldy.
Yeah.
You will fly. I've flown into the sun so many times,
Yeah.
and I left though. See, the thing is, I anytime, like when the universe blew up or when I flew into the sun, I would laugh and kind of get a kick out of it, and then just keep plowing again. It's funny how that. And yet, for Elden Ring, that dying in that game just frustrated me to no end. In this game, I don't know. I just enjoyed it. So
there were many times where it made me laugh with how just absurd it was. Like I would be like really excited to be like, oh, I need to get back to this planet because like now I know where to go. Yeah. And I'd blast off my ship and I'd immediately get hit by like an asteroid, or like I'd get sucked into a black hole.
You get sucked into a black hole. Maybe there's gravity isn't as good on one planet, and you jump too high, and then you're jumping off of the planet and flying away into space, and you're dead.
I feel like I should play this
game. It's a fantastic game for certain people.
Has anyone ever played Octodad? It sounds like that.
No,
it's nothing like Octodad, but it's frustrating in the way that Octodad can be
where like you just have a million arms and they just go everywhere.
So I had to get
It makes me sad, but I understand.
It makes me sad. I'll probably watch a playthrough of it at some point.
It's worth that.
Because I do want to get to the ending because I heard the ending's brilliant.
It's great, very emotional ending.
But I will say, like, as a game, the engineering that took to make this game is remarkable. Like, it's one of the best designed games I've ever played. I just didn't find it pleasurable to actually play the game. But I will experience it probably through YouTube at some point.
Still valid.
Yeah. So I had to get, that's my first thing I had to get off my chest. We mentioned Game of Thrones a couple of times. Game of Thrones is like my white whale. It has been recommended to me from every person I know on the planet Earth and it does not click with me. I will never watch it. I will never read it. I do not enjoy it.
I think reading it is a much different experience than watching it.
Probably.
But I
My
loved
first experience was watching it. And when it was at like season 1, it was like the most hyped thing in the world.
Yep.
And I started watching it, and I'm like, this is what everyone's into? Like, this is so dumb. Like, just watch Lord of the Rings. What's wrong with all of you? But so that's like my biggest one. Like, everyone who knows me knows I love fantasy. I love all that stuff, but it's just like something about it. I think it was just too hyped.
I understand that very much. If something is too hyped, I'm anti whatever that is.
Right.
Sometimes, most times. Really.
I don't know.
I remember one of my friends showed me the first season and was like, this is like the best. And then I saw in the description that it was based off of a book series. So naturally I started reading the books, and I loved the books. Obviously forever waiting for the next one, but
The books are one of my favorite
I do love the
That's-
books.
books that I've ever read.
So that is part of the reason why I will never enjoy this series, for two reasons. One, I don't like jumping into things that I don't have an ending.
Yep.
Like I don't watch a lot of TV shows because they could just go on forever, especially American shows. And the book's the same way. It's like the series isn't even done. Like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to wait around years for that. Like, no, I have other things to do.
George, if you're listening, please.
George R. R. Martin
Please
finished
finish
those
the
books.
series.
And it's funny, Tim talked about this earlier. George R. R. Martin, the author of, or the creator of Game of Thrones, also wrote the game I'm playing right now, and I hate the story of the game I'm playing right now. Like, I love Elden Ring, except for the story.
Oh, really?
Really?
The
That's
story is
interesting.
so opaque and
I mean,
just
it
dumb.
doesn't make any
It makes no sense. It's so stupid. But I don't care. Like, I can ignore the story and still enjoy the game.
But don't you think the story kind of is like the previous, like not previous, but the other games made by the same company, like Dark Souls? Like,
Absolutely.
You don't know what's going on.
I don't know
until
why
you-
they paid George R. R. Martin millions of dollars to write the story for this.
That
because
probably, yeah.
it's
It was
exactly
so,
the same as the other games.
and
It's
it's so obscure that, again, you can play the game without really knowing anything about the story. So why have one of the world's best writers of fantasy
yeah.
write a story
It's
for
not
you when
like
you hide it?
people aren't
so
buying this
deeply into
game
it's so
for George
silly.
R. R. Martin's story. They're
Yeah.
buying it because it's the best game of the year.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Game of Thrones is the other one. One other one I wanted to mention is the book. I wanted to mention a book, Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer.
No.
I know. It's another one that seems like it was written for
one
me.
of my favorite book series of the last 5 years, maybe.
I don't know anything about this book.
I've
series.
recommended it to you before. They made a movie out of Annihilation,
which I loved.
and I thought it was okay because I loved the book so much.
Right.
The first book and the books. There's 3 of them in the series, and they are. I mean, Jeff Vandermeer is such a weird writer, and a lot of his story might not make sense. So you take that for what it's worth when you're reading his work, but the Annihilation itself is so off-putting and
It's creepy and off-putting. It definitely nails the
bizarre.
setting it's going for.
yeah.
I just thought the movie did it better. I don't know. But I saw the movie first, so maybe it's just a
That
case
could be
of-
why
Yeah.
bias,
Yeah.
movie bias, maybe. I understand that. I've definitely had movies that I've appreciated more than the books just by the
Yeah.
fact of watching it before reading it.
The other reason I think I didn't really care for Annihilation very much was, have you ever read the book House of Leaves by Mark Danielowski?
It's on my list of books to read. I don't know if I'll ever read it though. I've heard about it though.
So I love House of Leaves. It's a great book, and it has the same sort of vibe. Like, it's off-putting, it's weird, it's
Have you read
opaque,
that?
it's
No, but I spoke to somebody recently that loves that. Like,
it's a
all-time
horror.
favorite
I would
book.
say it's more horror than sci-fi.
It's also one of those books that's the physical publishing, like it's just weirdly laid out too, right?
It's not, I wouldn't. You have to read the book. You can't listen to it on audiobook or even on an ebook. It's the orientation of the text will change from page to page. It's
kind of
it's
reminds
like-
me of a book that what's it called? Z, or it was a book that came out 5 years ago.
by the author who did Cloud Atlas. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it was actually it was a book written by not Damon Lindelof, but who's his partner in
Oh,
I don't know.
He made Lost, and he did the Star Wars movies. The director.
I'm totally
writer.
drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, my mind is mush.
Yeah, it's a similar book, though. I believe it was called Z, and it's a book within a book, and there's all these weird... We don't even own it.
J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams had to do with the book. I don't think he wrote it, but he had a lot to do with the book, and it's such a... I did not enjoy that book, but it was one of those books that plays with conventional publishing, and there was like artifacts and all this weird ephemeral stuff in it, and
Yeah.
but that was not successful at all.
Right. Yeah, this doesn't have like physical objects or anything
Right.
in it. It's sort of like two books going back and forth between like a journal that what the author discovers and then the author's story, like
That's very much like
investigating the journal.
that same book.
Yeah.
It's very similar in that way. I've heard comparisons between that
Yeah.
and Leaves.
So I read Leaves first, obviously, and I think that book just hit so hard for me that, and Annihilation I felt was just kind of imitating it and not doing it as well. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But
Could be.
yeah, it just didn't strike for me. That's what I got.
I'm up.
Yeah, who's next?
Okay, I only got one because I don't know, I guess I kind of really like a lot of stuff, so it's kind of hard to find
I'm a
something
snob.
that...
It was
I
hard
should-
for me too
yeah.
to come up with
Yeah,
anything, but I have one or two.
Yeah, so this, I talked about it before, so I'll talk about it again. I don't have much to say about it because I really didn't like it. And I tried to like it, or tried to at least make it through the book, but I couldn't. But people had recommended 50 Shades of Grey to me, the book, and when it was popular, and then when it came out as a PBS top Great American Read, when it came out on that list, it had a resurgence.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So I tried to read the book. The first time I tried to read it, I couldn't get past the first page, which is a half page. And the second time I tried to read it, I got halfway through the first book and I just couldn't do it. And it's very rare that that I can't, but it just wasn't for me. And some people just, I don't know, really love the book for some reason, and I just don't see it.
Trashy reasons.
Trashy reasons, I guess. Yeah, I mean the characters don't really have much to them. To me, I can't relate to them at all. I can't relate to their traumas. I can't relate to their motives. Nothing about it. And I forget. I think it was originally like people. I had heard rumors that it was like what, Twilight fan fiction.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've
Yes.
heard that too. Yeah.
I do like Twilight though. No shame. Love Twilight. Love the movies. They're like cult status at this point because they're so terrible.
So bad they're good.
So bad they're good. But yeah, so that's mine. And that's really been the thing that I haven't liked recently. So, well, this is, for a long time. So.
I guess for me, I was struggling to find. I'm on some things I'm not super picky, and that's more because someone will recommend something, and all I have to hear is like the description of it, and I know kind of if it's for me or not. But I have two things, and this one, no one recommended the latest Beyonce record, but it came out and it was everywhere, and it was on like #1 lists, and I tried it, and I love the You Won't Break My Soul, fantastic song. I tried the rest of the album, I didn't get anything out of it, which is fine. But that was one of those like, what's on all the #1s? So I got to try and listen to it, and that one song I love, but that was it. And then the other one is the bigger one, which is Wednesday. And I personally do not. I did listen to when you guys were talking about Wednesday. I don't like Tim Burton anymore. I think he's a trash director. Sorry, but he hasn't made a good movie in like a decade.
Ouch.
Sorry, Tim Burton, if you're listening. But I know it's a phenomenon right now. I don't. I'm not going to give it my time of day. Sorry.
I loved it so much.
My daughter knows the dance, and she just like, I'm like, you're not allowed to watch that show. I'm just like, I know, but other people, kids know it. I'm like, fine, let's just keep it that way, and we'll move on with our lives. So yeah, Wednesday, I will probably never watch it. Don't care for it. I'm good. Sorry.
This is a painful segment.
Sorry.
Yeah,
This was a hard one, Alex.
I know. This is a little too heavy for the third episode.
Can we rename this segment "The Truth Hurts"?
Truth hurts. Yeah. That was good though. I liked it.
I wanted to mention two more. These are not things that I don't enjoy, but I put this question out to our staff board in the lunch break room, and I got two responses. One is from Stephanie, the head of adult services. She wrote Veronica Mars, the TV show. All of her friends were recommending it to her, and she had a day off, and she's like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And
I do
she
want to watch
turned it
that
off
someday.
halfway through the first episode.
Someday I want to watch that because I know I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things too.
Yeah.
I know I won't like it, so I'm not going to try, but Stephanie tried, and she didn't like it. And this one is from Marianne, the teen librarian. If you listen to episode 2, you'll know, you might know what she's going to say. This one hurt me personally. It's Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
I know Marianne, and I know that she does not care about fantasy. She doesn't. Not that she doesn't understand fantasy. She doesn't understand why people like fantasy.
But what specifically was she specific
She didn't
about what she
elaborate,
like?
but we did talk about fantasy books in general on episode 2. So go back and listen to episode 2, and Melissa and Marianne, both teen librarians, we talk a little bit about trying to get into fantasy and why they don't like fantasy. So that's why I kind of saw that one.
Fantasy is my favorite genre.
Yeah, it's one of my top.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah.
Except Game of Thrones.
Except
right
for one
now.
of the most highly popular
Yeah,
ones.
exactly. So we're going to wrap up the episode with a little game, and this was Morgan's suggestion. We're going to play 2 truths and a lie. So I never played this before. I had to look up actually how to play. It seems kind of self-explanatory, but
It extremely is.
yeah. But in case you haven't figured it out, we're going to say 3 facts or anecdotes about ourselves, and the other 2 people have to guess which of those 3 things is a lie.
No,
Right?
2 things that are truth and the one's a lie.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to pick.
Didn't I say
you have
that?
to try and pick what's the lie.
Which one of them is a lie?
See, it's not as simple as it
I mean, it
seems,
kind of
is
is,
it?
but-
Or I'm just stupid. Okay. All right, who wants to go first? I don't mind going first.
I'll go first. Okay. Here are my statements about myself. I play Ultimate Frisbee. I love birds. I go skiing every winter.
I know you play volleyball. I don't think I've heard you mention Ultimate Frisbee before. I think that's something we could have connected on, because I also played Ultimate Frisbee.
Oh.
So I feel like we would have talked about that.
Yeah.
And it was birds, and what was the third
love
one?
birds,
And skiing.
And I go skiing every winter.
Who likes birds?
I love birds.
You like birds?
I love them.
Do I love them?
I don't think Morgan's a bird person, do you?
Listen,
What's to like about
I've
birds?
known Morgan for a little while now, so I easily see through her deceptions.
Now
here,
I'm
so
thinking
I'll
like
let
this-
you answer because
okay.
I know exactly which
Now I'm
one.
like, does Morgan have like an obvious bird tattoo that I just have seen every day and just not thought about? This is tough. This is a good one.
I
Not
know.
for me though.
'Cause
I
I know you play a lot of
yeah.
sports, so the skiing and Ultimate Frisbee things are 2 things you could very well do. And I feel like a lot of people don't like birds. I don't know why I'm fixated on that.
What?
I'm going to say
Yeah.
that. It's the birds. You don't like birds.
Nope.
You love birds?
Yep.
Do you have a
Nice.
pet bird? And I just
No,
insulted-
no. I used to have one for 10 years as my first pet.
Oh,
I had a
Okay.
parakeet.
see that?
So what,
She was my
what
best
was
Wait,
it? Is
so
it
I
Ultimate
could
Frisbee
say.
or skiing?
It's
It's
skiing.
skiing.
You don't ski.
No.
But I would have. You just mentioned the Ultimate Frisbee thing, which I didn't know about.
Yes, I just started playing Ultimate Frisbee
Okay.
like last week with a local group of women. So we're
Nice.
called the Mother Flickers. So
Great name.
That's awesome.
yeah, but yeah, it was hard. I was me and Tim were chatting about the game earlier, and I said, I was like, well, I've known you and your wife for like over a decade now, so it's just
You play too?
No.
no, but it just
I was
like
gonna say, we need to get a
really
Save a
growing-
Library
I wish.
team together.
I did.
Yeah.
I would love to play. It's a hard game.
Oh, yeah.
So much running.
I played for the University of Rhode Island's Ultimate Frisbee team for a total of 3 weeks before I quit because I was going to vomit. Every practice, we ran miles.
Right.
I wanted to
And
die.
It's. I've just come to realize that there's professional Ultimate Frisbee, which is mind blowing to me. But I mean, it's one of those things. It's a newer sport, and it should definitely be considered a sport because you have to be pretty athletic to
It's
play.
my
Yeah.
favorite sport.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. It's like soccer mixed with like Hail Marys and football. It's like
Right.
Yeah.
amazing. It's the best of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, I just want to do one quick thing about Ultimate Frisbee. I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
Let's not do too much of a tangent.
Yeah. So I guess, like, in college, the Ivy League schools are, like, the best Ultimate Frisbee teams in the country. I don't know why. They just happen to be. And they would have the round robin in my hometown, in like, Newport. So, like, Brown and Yale and Harvard and all these, like, Ivy League schools would come and play one another. And watching, like, Ultimate Frisbee played at, like, the highest level is amazing. It's like, it's beautiful. It's like, it's majestic.
There's so many things to take into consideration when you're playing, which, you know, I used to play pickup like a long time ago with some friends, but it's like you have to take the wind into account, especially when you're throwing, because the wind could just blow the Frisbee off target, and then, you know, your intended target, it just goes off wherever. Like, just the endurance of it, and seeing the play, like, where is everybody going, and, like, it's self-governed, so everyone has to call their own fouls, and when they screw up, and there's just a lot that goes into it, like, thought-wise. So as someone that's played sports their whole life, like, it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's a very cool sport to play.
It's so much fun. I would play in a heartbeat if I saw a pickup game going on. And
Very much different than froth.
What's froth?
Froth is Frisbee golf.
Oh, yeah.
That you don't have to be as athletic to play, from what I understand.
One other fun thing about the round robin. So Brown, at least this is years ago, was the best team in the country, and they would come in full suits to their games, like 3-piece suits, and then they would dress down to shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah, it was incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah, great game. All right,
I don't mind going.
All right, go.
Yeah. Okay. So my 3 facts, quote unquote, about statements. First one. I won a year's supply of tater tots. Fact 2. Statement 2. I attended space camp.
Okay.
Number 3. I threw out a pitch at the first pitch at a Mets game.
I feel like it's either space camp or the other one. What was the tots?
I know he threw out the pitch at Mets.
Yeah.
Mets at Shea Stadium, right? It was the first one.
Okay,
I know that was true.
But the tots in the space camp are so outlandish, I feel like, that I can't even
Where would
decide.
one year win a year's worth of tots?
I'm leaning towards space camp, though. I don't know why. I feel like a year supply of tots seems
plausible.
Seems more plausible to me than space camp.
Yeah, I think space camp.
Space camp.
Yes. I never attended space camp, but I did win a year's supply of tater tots.
But
where?
Can you please explain?
That's a long story, but basically, it was a sweepstakes, and I was entered and won a year's supply of Ore-Ida products.
Do you get, like...
Which was the best year of my life.
Follow-up question. Do you get the tots all at once?
No.
Or is it in, like, weekly?
A coupon book.
It's
basically a coupon. It's not as exciting. I wish there was a pallet of Ore-Ida products just delivered to my house, but that did not happen.
You had to buy a second refrigerator to keep.
Yeah. We did have a lot of freezer space taken up by tater tots and French fries.
Well, that's interesting. I'm glad we did this. We're learning a lot about each other.
The Mets first pitch was also a sweepstakes that I won.
Okay.
So it was a good couple
You played
of
a lottery?
sweepstakes. Again, it's a long story that I'll tell you about another time.
All right. So mine are also food related. I think I was hungry when I wrote this because they're all 3 of these statements are food related. So I'll start with breakfast and I'll work my way up to dinner. Statement number 1. My grandfather has a pancake named after him.
Ooh.
Number 2. I've eaten lunch with a Pulitzer Prize winning author. And 3. Dinner. I've cooked dinner for the Boston Celtics.
Wow. Okay. This is a tough one.
I believe the grandfather thing.
I think I believe the Celtics thing.
Really?
I think I do, yeah.
What was the third one? Or the second
The
one?
middle one was, I've eaten lunch with a Pulitzer Prize winning author.
I kind of believe that one more than the Celtics.
But you used to work in a restaurant.
That is true.
That is true.
So that's why I think that could be plausible. But I don't remember if you ever,
The entire team?
Not the entire team.
1 or 2 players?
A handful of players.
So
It's tough. Rhode
Author.
Island is pretty close to Massachusetts. Is Celtics? No, Celtics is just straight Boston, right?
Did you say Celtics?
Celtics?
Celtics.
Oh,
How dare
jeez.
you?
See, this is why I...
The New York Knicks. Is that what your team is here?
Yes, that's what they're called. 100%.
All right, so I'll say Pulitzer Prize-winning author.
I'm going to go with the Pulitzer Prize.
Incorrect.
Damn it! I should have went with my first thought.
Is it the
You swayed me, Morgan.
The lie is my grandfather has a pancake
No.
named after him.
Oh man,
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I
I
believed it.
feel like
whole-
we've talked about your grandfather, and he does some cool stuff.
Yeah, I
He
would
did
have
some
believed
cool stuff,
that
so
one.
He's a
I feel
character. He is obsessed with Johnny cakes. I don't think they have Johnny cakes in Long Island.
No.
It's like a Portuguese thing, I think.
Is it?
And there's a
cornmeal.
It's cornmeal pancakes, yeah. And his name is John. So Johnny cakes. That's how I came up with that lie.
That's a good one.
But
though.
he eats enough Johnny cakes where he should have them named after him at this point. He's keeping the Johnny cake industry alive solely.
So who is the Pulitzer Prize-winning author?
Yes.
David McCullough, the
Ah.
historian. He has won 2 Pulitzers actually.
Now, how did you have lunch with him? Or
So-
was it a group lunch?
It was a group lunch. It wasn't
Okay.
a one-on-one. He wasn't taking me under his wing or
Yeah.
anything. I used to work for the Rhode Island Black Heritage Society, and they sponsored him to speak at a conference, and part of that deal was that we got to have lunch with him. So, yeah, I sat right across from him, as close as I am to you. And
All right. Well, now you have to talk about the Celtics.
All right, so the Celtics. So this was after they won the championship. They had a training at Salve Regina University, which is in Newport, which is where I'm from originally. And I was a cook for almost 10 years in Newport. So yeah, all the Celtics and their staff came in and took over the restaurant, and they ate a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can imagine.
the players each had a steak and another meal on top of that. So like a steak and a lobster, or a steak and a huge bowl of pasta.
Also, how
It was
tall
crazy.
are they?
Carbs.
They're
Probably
huge.
ridiculously tall.
It's like it's like watching demigods walk into the building. They're huge.
Beat us.
But yeah, it was
great.
crazy.
Good one. That was good.
Yeah.
That is a good game.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got. Thank you for joining us and Between the Shelves. I hope this wasn't too painful, and I hope you'll both be back for future episodes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.